And we're back with the last match in the semifinals round. I, of course, am Mark, a.k.a. chibikawaii. In the booth with me, we have Sir Rhino, and we're bringing you a aReNGee on Child Roland, Argenport on Argenport matchup. Do you have anything to say about this, or should we just be jumping straight in?
I think we're just ready to go. There is one slight variation between the two decks, and that's the number of finest hours versus the number of annihilates in the sideboard. Other than that, it's 89 card mirror. So, yeah, they're both these players, aReNGee, Child Roland, on team Seek Power Gaming. So they worked on this list, and it's clearly paying off quite well for them as they're meeting up here in the semifinals to play for the honor of going up against another Argenport deck in the final. So. Yeah. Well, we're going to see a lot of Shadow and a lot of Justice from here on out.
So looking at opening hands as our players get the go-ahead to go ahead. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm liking aReNGee's spot right now. Oh, no. Keep that hand. Oh, I don't know. I like aReNGee's opener. Well, this might be a little bit more aggressive. Right.
Yeah, I think that's the key in this matchup is being the one to, especially aReNGee, being on the draw, needs to do something early to not fall behind. Falling behind in this matchup now isn't quite the death knell it previously was, like when Auric Runehammer was more prominently featured.
Yeah.
But they still both play two copies of it, so that can have a real snowball effect on this matchup. So yeah, aReNGee gets first on the board with this Rip Knife Assassin, and Child Roland doesn't have a threat coming down till next turn with the Crown Watch Trader.
Yeah, aReNGee though will be able to freeze it as a 3/5 and then play some of their their own.
Yeah,
Crown Watch Traders.
Yeah, so you don't even need to freeze their trader if you just start playing your own, right?
That's true.
But I think aReNGee will just play the Enforcer here as a threat, though. I don't think you're going to wait for it, even though you're late on. Your hand is late on removal, but I don't think that you care too much about that.
Yeah. Child Roland is able to play the Crown Watch Trader this turn, as you said. Next turn, they're going to be able to Bloodletter Sabotage if they want, or potentially just Slay, get a unit out of the way.
Yeah, with them using all these sabotages and picking apart aReNGee's hand so far, a Slay's already down. Maybe they'll be willing to commit a Bloodletter here, but we'll see what their draw step is. Okay, it's a Valkyrie Enforcer. So that can pair nicely with the Sabotage here, but so does these other 3 drops. So here's a way to Bloodletter, gives them some info. And what will Child Roland do with that information? Will they slam the Bloodletter, a Slay, or a Valkyrie Enforcer?
Well, it's not a ton of information. You know that it's either 2 power or a creature power or 2 creatures, right?
Well, there's no removal.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Yeah.
So now your Crown Watch Trader can block aReNGee's Crown Watch Trader.
Yeah. This Valkyrie Enforcer, though, is still beating face in the air. That's another Crown Watch Trader on the top. It looks like it was kept. So that's going to be, a 7/5? But that's still not big enough to do anything.
It is not big enough to deal with Child Roland's Crown Watch Trader. So, yeah, that is a little bit of a surprising keep on top. Maybe aReNGee just hoping they can go wide enough to get in a really nice alpha strike after a couple more chip-ins with Valkyrie Enforcer and Rip Knife Assassin.
They also will be able to set up a triple block to which Roland will only be able to kill 1 unit.
Yeah, that is a good point as well. Valkyrie Enforcer comes down, will probably clear out the skies, and that's what we see.
Or are they just racing? No? Okay, so they are going triple block. If they were going triple block, then I think I would have rather the turn prior not attacking with the Rip Knife Assassin, just attacking with the Valkyrie Enforcer, and then you have Crown Watch, Rip Knife in order to block with. No, because I guess they still would have been able to clear Rip Knife.
Yeah, they could have cleared too.
Yeah.
But now Slay will blow out all of those triple blocking dreams anyways, right? If you put Valkyrie Enforcer, Trader in front, well, this has 8 strength and has quick draw.
So I don't.
Okay.
Wait, what?
So they're kind of doing a jump block here, but triple block or double blocking just because they can.
I was like, are they bluffing something at that point?
But yeah, if you're gonna jump block, why not jump with the Valkyrie Enforcer? Then is the idea. That's what Tony G's going through with this.
Yeah, child.
Yeah,
I don't. Does that do
Not really.
any? No.
Gives
It does allow for a
block
triple
finally.
block. Yeah.
Triple block may be finally unlocked here, but in the meantime, Tony G has a 2-turn clock in the sky.
Yeah, and tab rods of their own, along with a rip knife assassin as well. It's not looking great for Tony.
Yeah, and Child Roland kind of getting what the draw you actually want in Argenport, which is a mix of units and things augmenting and supporting them. Where Tony G drew 2 non-unit cards this game other than power, right? The Bloodletter and the Slay, but they both got ripped away by Sabotage, and that just means their pile of units got outclassed by Child Roland's augmented game plan.
Yeah, Child Roland, though, man, the Valkyrie Enforcer is just absolutely killing it. What answers does Tony have? I guess they've, the
Slays? Or Runehammer, Slay, things like that. Tony G opting to not triple block here, valuing getting a swing off with this Tavrod, hoping to dig for something that gets them out of this spot.
I don't know if I care for that personally.
Well, they didn't know a Rip Knife Assassin was coming.
Yeah,
because an Auric Runehammer with the buff kills Trader, kills Enforcer, and you're trying to maximize your ability to find the Runehammer, which Tony G does here.
Yeah, that's an excellent point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again,
so now they're going to be
talking about their outs, and by keeping Tavrod around, they maximize those outs.
Yeah. So now Crown Watch Trader will be able to chump block their Trader, or do you Runehammer? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you could Runehammer the Crown Watch Trader and you'd be at 1
cross
health,
your fingers, yeah.
But I think you're better off trying to be on the chump block plan when you have a Tavrod that can then block Trader in the future.
Yeah, Tavrod being a 12-9 here. Very crucial thanks to that 8-6 quick draw Crown Watch Trader on the other side of things. Arc Interrogator coming down. So do any...
I think
you can't kill it.
So Tony G, I think, does use the favor here to get up to 5 health so that if something does happen to this Tavrod, they're not dead to Auric Interrogator. Or actually, they just hit Auric Interrogator and live at 1. That they're deciding to take the proactive play here to shut off the potential card draw from Interrogator. And that means they are dead to a Varus favor, but when you're this far behind, you can't play around everything. Yeah. That's how you lose.
I was kind of hoping for a Varus favor to come off the top for Child Roland, but yeah, I'll take another power just so they can play their own Tavrods out. But is Tavrod, is that going to be good enough?
Let's see here. They'll have a 6-8 and a 5-7 back. Bloodletter, though, will make Tavrod into a 15 strength unit. So if Child Roland wants to take it out, they'd have to double block it. Wow. And we'll see what this Tavrod digs for. There's only 1 Runehammer left in the deck. So, yeah, it just straight whiffs here. With Child Roland's hand, I think you do double block this Tavrod.
I think so, too. Yeah, because you have another Tavrod to
wait, you don't even kill it. It has 12 health.
Oh, yes.
This is only 11.
1 off.
Holy cow. Yeah, wow.
And he has to at least chump.
Yeah, he has to chump. Wow, these war cries from the Rip Knife Assassin added up over the course of both hitting Tavrod and Bloodletter to just be so big here.
Congratulations to Tony navigating this way. I didn't if you had asked me a turn or two before, I would have not had this go.
Tavrod had to find Hammer, and it did. And then that Varus favor clearing out the board just enough, and a timely Bloodletter, and that's it. Tony G gets back in this one. Child Roland ended up being stuck on 4 for just too long. Couldn't find a way to end this game. And Tony G does off the back of a flying cow.
Yeah. You know what they say, when cows fly.
Yeah.
That's the saying, right?
Man, if these are going to be how these Argenport mirrors are going for the rest of the day. We've got more fun than I think some people expected.
Definitely more excitement than I thought. So hopefully the caliber of game sticks around like this. That was absolutely excellent. Our players should be jumping straight back into a game, as there is no sideboarding just yet. Need another game for that to happen.
Yeah, sign me up for more of that, please and thank you. Let's get going.
I wonder, like, given that because Child Roland and Tony G are both on the same team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's going to mess with their sideboard plans.
Again, I think in this matchup, it's you can only kind of next level
only so many
much.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna play units with removal and weapons.
Ooh, that's a sabotage coming out from Child Roland. Do you think they're the Inquisitor Blade or the Bloodletter's getting taken here? Well, answer.
For the benefit of hindsight, I can say that Inquisitor Blade is going to get taken. Yeah, I think this matchup can turn into a kind of grindy mess, and I think Inquisitor's Blade, like who owns the skies, can end up really making the difference. We saw in that last game how Tony G ended up occupying Chump Block City for a couple of rounds and ultimately got the blade to stick and turn the game over in their favor.
Yeah, we do see. Okay, Child Roland having to fire off that Vara's favor in order to get the third power. If Child Roland had drawn the third power, this would be an incredibly different game. But now Tony G is going to be able to fire off a Vara's favor of their own to take out that Crown Watch Paladin.
They could do that, but then they're skipping on playing a threat out here. And Crown Watch Trader in this spot is mighty tasty, especially when next turn you can Vara's favor plus a 3-drop.
That's very true. That's very true. And Child Roland has to make the decision. All right, well, do we want to suit? Yeah, we're going to suit the Crown Watch Paladin up? Yeah, I guess we are.
All right, Paladin now dodges Vara's favor. And, I think Tony G will still maybe use the favor here. No, doesn't. Just slams a Bloodletter. You could have favored there so that you could set up a guaranteed double 3-drop play the next turn.
Okay.
But Tony G opting to still value the potential that this favor has.
Yeah, and with that Slay, still a 5/4 Warcry unit beating in. Arc Interrogator can be played to at least offer a trade and then holding up Finest Hours. So that's not the case. So, okay, but they're
going to favor Interrogator hold up Finest, I think, and try and have Interrogator eat. No, okay, they're going to go Commando first and try and just go into race mode. But that
well, they can block in Finest Hour too.
Oh, yeah, it goes to 6 health. Yeah, this works better than the Interrogator block because it also dodges Vanquish on the front end.
Yep, and gains some life.
Although they're not... Are they playing any Vanquish's main? I don't think either player is playing. Yeah, no Vanquish's main anyways. So, yeah, I like that more than Interrogator. Okay, Inquisitor's Blade, but they want to get another unit down. Yeah, get 2 units in play first. Get that count up. And Child Roland needs to find a Justice Source and instead is just finding 3 drops that require double Justice. This is kind of almost like last game where Child Roland had plenty of gas, but couldn't quite cast the cards he wanted to at the time he wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, granted, there is a Valkyrie Enforcer in Child. Oh, Child Roland is missing the second Justice Source.
Yeah.
That's
why they haven't been able to play their good cards.
Good cards, yeah. Well, I thought they were at 3 and they were making reasonable plays each.
No, they were missing Justice. So that's going to give Tony G a 2-0 lead going into sideboards.
Yeah, that's congratulations to Tony. This might actually be a faster series, but again, that game was much more entertaining than I originally would have thought. So, Argenport v. Argenport. What's getting brought in? What's changing? All right. So before Tony G actually gets us the list, because I'm getting word that we will have an idea into the sideboard plan here. I know you're a big fan of Runehammer.
Yeah, it's good when you're ahead, but it's bad when you're behind kind of thing. And it's like, do you want to emphasize the steamroll potential of this matchup? And if so, how do you make room for more of it? Like maybe just 2 is the right number. It can get really awkward in multiples. Raising your curve isn't exactly ideal here. And I don't think you want to trim down on blades and traders, but maybe blade is too much of a liability in this matchup, and those end up going away. And yeah, that's actually that seems to be the case looking at Tony G's sideboard plan. Yeah, the full 4 Auric Runehammer, 0 Inquisitor's Blade is the makeup of choice there, just emphasizing Bloodletter racing.
Wow.
the full force slay, of course, and going up to 2 vanquish, 2 annihilate. So just a little more interaction, but not too much more. Gotta keep a careful balance.
That is interesting though, because Inquisitor Blade did seem just very good in those games.
Yeah, but we're going to post board, and this might be a thing where they've next level, the next level, the next level. Like, look at this 0 sabotage post board, right?
Oh wow,
we saw how critical that could be in spots, but instead it's just about going kind of super straightforward, proactive plays. My deck now is literally units and removal, and then just Bloodletter. Like, Bloodletter is the more valuable weapon. It's a bit cheaper. Try and get to that point where you can cast multiple cards in a turn. Looks to be Tony G's plan here.
Makes perfect sense. So it looks like Tony G might have an idea.
Yeah, how about Finest Hours still staying in post board? A couple of those. They like it in this unit on unit action.
Yeah, I don't hate that, right? It does
really
allow
taking a stand there. You're really letting your feelings known about
that. I mean, I'm just trying to think, because it doesn't do. I guess it allows Interrogator to trade. It allows Crown Watch to eat the Tavrod. It allows Tavrod to eat Tavrod. That's how we get mad cow disease, though. So maybe
and it's relatively safe. Like,
no, it's not. Cannibalism is never a safe thing.
There's only annihilates. I have to worry about blowing out your Finest Hours.
I guess Unseen Commando is the only thing that doesn't allow it to trade, so it's just okay. So I don't know in Crown Watch Paladin, but is Crown Watch Paladin left in? They were left in.
Oh yeah. Interesting. It's important to get on the board first with these 2 drops.
And Tony G might be able to go Crown Watch Paladin into Bloodletter if they so choose. Let's see. There it is.
Yep. Defend the Throne is the call of the Paladin. Comes down, and Child Roland can match with a Paladin of their own or Vara's favor here. But no, both players priming up their Paladins.
Yeah, however, I think I like the Bloodletter on Tony G's side a little bit more than the Slay on Roland's side. Tony G, though, missing out on some power, but will be able to play that Rip Knife Paladin in order to block the Crown Watch if they so want to.
Yeah, but Child Roland will not be missing on power, so has a very good chance of curving out into Tavrod. And if they present a nice Slay target in the meantime, could end up sticking that and going the distance. We'll see. So Tony G stumbling on power, but as you said, has some things to do here.
Yeah.
And the weapon of choice this turn is Rip Knife Assassin, saving that removal for bigger problems in the future.
That's a sabotage.
Yeah, so Child Roland kept Sabotage in post-war, so these players do have slightly different game plans. And that'll take out the Slay, and we might see Child Roland then opt to Vara's favor here and guarantee Tavrod next turn.
That seems like what you're setting up for, right?
Yeah, that Rip Knife Assassin trades with Crown Watch Paladin, and no, they're just going to go with Slay. Okay, deal with the big problem that's in play, and if you draw undepleted power, you can still slam Tavrod, and if not, you've got other things to do here, like a very big commando, although about Annihilate, so I think they're going to lead with the Interrogator here.
Yeah, and Crown
Watch also play nothing. Okay, or Annihilate goes here. Sure.
Okay. If Tony G does find another Shadow Sword, well, that's a pretty big Unseen Commando. Valkyrie Enforcer, I guess, answers it. Kind of.
Yeah, no Shadow Source, but an okay consolation prize. But now it's time for Tavrod to show up. And Tony G's going to have to find an answer to this quickly, whether it's in the form of trying to double block. Nope. Okay. Bloodletter and start racing is the plan here. Does not want to sit back and try and block this Tavrod, instead hoping to just draw another Bloodletter and end this game. They don't like their chances in the long one, but we'll see what this Tavrod finds.
There's a Bloodletter.
Yeah, but
Bloodletter being key.
No hammer here, so this Enforcer's still alive.
Enforcer is
game here.
I guess with another Bloodletter off the top
or Finest Hour. Tony G kept those in.
That's true.
So he's got a few outs here, not too many. There's I think 4 total. And
Does that?
All right, but now they're at
anything?
8. He's at 18 health. Yeah, so he's gonna try and chump his way to victory.
Yeah, but with this bloodletter, that's going to be 13 points of damage coming through from Tavrod. So Child Roland's all of a sudden at 15 now.
Yep, and I think that's gonna put this one away. But we've seen some other impressive swingbacks from this matchup before. But
yes,
this one might be too much.
Yeah, because that's a 10-7 Tavrod that Child Roland's got in hand now. It's going to be able to come down next turn, and then this Arc Interrogator is going to start drawing cards. That's a third Tavrod.
Sure. Horns will be sharpened.
Hey, I would argue they're a little pointy already.
Unseen Commando is not a bloodletter, and I think that's gonna shut the door on this game for Tony G.
Yeah, that allows you to attack for 7, 14, but then just gets eaten by the Tavrod. Yeah.
Yeah, like this Enforcer is a 2-turn clock. The problem is if you swing with it, you're dead.
You're dead. So.
Yeah. I don't think Tony's got it out here, but we'll see. In comes Tavrod, and the ace space from Child Roland.
So you can,
Tavrod has to be chumped by something. And then it's a question of where do the other blocks go. But Tony G's didn't swing for a reason. He's been planning out these blocks, try and figure something out here.
Well, and I think the 9/3 Interrogator has to be blocked as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you've got to block the 9/3. You've got to block Tavrod, and then you keep your Valkyrie alive.
Yeah, where you block. Yeah, I like this.
Sure.
Go to 1,
of course,
and then
Runehammer is going to finish off this Enforcer. Give no outs to Tony G here.
Yeah.
So Child Roland on the brink of defeat pulls back in at least a little bit. We've still got some more games to go. Child Roland, so Child Roland now is down 2-1 after our first sideboard match.
Yeah, so Tony G still has the luxury of just needing to win one more game. If they win next game, this is all done. Tony moves to the finals to pair off against Hay. But we'll see. Still going to battle through. Child Roland clearly not willing to toss the towel in just yet. Players are going to go back, look at their sideboard, see if there's any other tweaking that they're going to want to do. Tony hasn't sent me a message, so I don't know if Tony's going to be changing up his sideboard plan or not.
Yeah, I mean, now he's gained a little bit more info. He saw that sabotage. It's possible that he decides to try and arm up with sabotages of their own.
Yeah. That, or at least Child Roland also could be going back to the board, trying to mess with Tony G's. I mean, because as we mentioned, these are teammates, right? So they have an idea, somewhat of an idea of how they talk and they think and kind of their methodologies in terms of sideboarding. I really hope that they're just both going like 8 levels deep.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to actually see the sabotages post-board. I mean, it's nice to hit those key removal spells like, the play the game, protect the Tavrod, which is what Child Roland played to perfection in that game. Like Child Roland decided to go on that game plan, whereas I think Tony G went with the minimize dead top decks plan. And there's merits to both of those styles, I think, in this matchup.
Definitely agree. So now players are underway. We're going to see a Rip Knife Assassin come out from Child Roland. Tony G going to be able to follow up with a Crown Watch Paladin and has the Bloodletter for turn 3 as well. Don't know if we're going to see that because
it's not quite as effective in the face of a Rip Knife Assassin, especially now that it's lost its Aegis.
Yeah. Or I guess we could see a Valkyrie Enforcer come down, silence the Rip Knife Assassin, allow for some fun shenanigans this way. Now you have a 6/6 flyer.
Yeah, and Child Roland now is, again, looking for a Justice Source. We've seen this out of their deck a few times now where they're they're missing that Justice, and has to use Slay on a Valkyrie Enforcer here.
I mean, that doesn't feel the worst, right? Tony G going to be able to play. Do you think we're going to see this Rune Hammer, or do you think we're going to see the Interrogator come out?
I think we see the Interrogator here.
Okay.
I think using the front end of this Rune Hammer on a slightly bigger unit that's a bigger problem is more appealing here. Because his Rift Knife Assassin now is simply just a vanilla 2/2, right? It's been silenced.
Yeah.
But now Child Roland missed on Justice again. Here comes the Rune Hammer to clear the way. And Tony G's going to start pounding Child Roland's face in.
Yeah, and we have 2 Warcries that have been unaccounted for.
Yeah, there's the one from that's on the hammer, but yeah, top deck sabotage, not a Justice source. And this is not looking good for Child Roland. Tony G actually has lethal. Yeah. So that's real bad.
Yeah. I guess why take I guess Child Roland saw the right. I guess why take the Vanquish
instead of the Slay? Yeah.
Or no, instead of the Bloodletter.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, taking Vank is a little odd there, but I think they just kind of resigned themselves to the fact that they maybe weren't winning that game anyways. So it didn't matter. It felt like
a little bit, yeah.
But yeah, taking Vanquish was weird considering you had a Slay target in play, not a Vanquish target in play, and yeah, there's a Bloodletter as well. But I don't think ultimately that choice really mattered, but it could have bought you an extra turn, whereas that play made you lose the game on the spot there.
Yeah, well, either way, congratulations to Tony. Gonna be making it into the finals with HeyYU. Super excited about that. We've got another deck tech coming up, and of course, congratulations to Child Roland making it all the way to the semifinals of the Invitational. Super exciting stuff. But if you like what you see here, I'm gonna throw this out there. Maybe you want to maybe you like it so much you want to support us in some sort of way, right? We gotta yeah, I agree, Rhino. Yeah, we got a couple different ways that you can support us. The primary one being following the stream. It's easy peasy. It doesn't cost you anything. We really appreciate it. Next step up from that, maybe disable the ad blocker. So if we have to run a little ad, get us a little ad revenue, you see it. Small things. Now, those are what you can do for free. You want to spend a little money with us? You like us that much? Well, we greatly appreciate it. Consider subbing. You're gonna get some you're gonna get some sub emotes. Fantastic stuff. You get a chest next to your name in chat. How good is that? That upgrades over time. Did you know that, Rhino? Did you know that it upgrades?
I've got an upgraded chest, let me tell you.
Oh, it feels good. It feels good. And then if you want to take it a step past that even, we have a Patreon. Now, that Patreon is what allows us to basically fund everything that we do. It's what fuels all the different prize pools for our tournaments. So very, very impressive and helpful when you guys do that. If you donate over $20, then you get Rekenner to say your name. And as somebody that enjoys Rekenner saying their name, it feels good. It feels real good. Rhino, do you agree with that as well?
I'm neutral on that idea.
Well,
you take it or leave it.
It's, I guess, to each their own. Not everybody's.
I'm really selling it here, aren't I?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's life changing, and you really can't get better bang for your buck than that.
Well, and that is, and that can be found at patreon.com/aReNGee Eternal. Definitely check it out. If we get, historically the prize pools have had at the Invitationals a $250 prize pool. The more Patreon backers we have, the more subscribers we have, the more followers we have. Hopefully that will go up in number. And then our year-end championship, that one's a big one. That's got a $3,000 prize pool, and first place gets $1,000. And so, again, as the Patreon grows, all of the prize pool will grow. If you need more information, check out the Patreon page. Again, patreon.com/aReNGee Eternal, or also you can check out, aReNGeeeternal.com for more information as well. Rhino, can you think of any other ways, or is that good?
Just good? Spread the love, man. That's what it's all about.
Oh, God, you're a lovely flower child today. I'm gonna put yeah. All right, so we'll leave it at that. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. Our semifinals are now done. We're going to be going to the finals here shortly. We're going to have another little deck tech, and then we'll be back for that finals action. So stay tuned. We'll see you then.